I'm not really used to standing alone in an empty room talking directly to a camera. I feel like any time that I stop to gather my thoughts, there's still someone awkwardly sitting in the room waiting to hear what I have to say. I want to talk about expectations, specifically your expectations for this video. If they're around here, maybe you want to drop them down to about here, to the bottom of the frame. Back when I was in primary school, occasionally we would get to watch television. The teacher would wheel it into class on this three-tiered trolley, the kind of trolley that BuzzFeed articles about growing up in the 90s go nuts for. Whenever we would finish watching whatever program was supposed to help us pass standardised testing, the screen would cut to blue, and a counter would start. The counter would start at 5 minutes and start counting its way down. Everyone used to speculate about what would happen when the counter reached 0. Would the VCR blow up? Would there be a power cut throughout the school? To our tiny minds, the possibilities were endless. But the teacher would always cut it off before we got to find out what happened when it reached 0. So we were left to wonder, countless sleepless nights just pondering what would happen, until one day we convinced her. We were all on the edge of our seats. The tension was unbearable as it counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when it got to 0, nothing happened. It didn't even turn off the TV, it just remained on that blue screen with the counter saying at 0. I always remember that day as my first dealing with unmet expectations. I set my expectations far too high, we all did. Now I like to approach things with lowered expectations, and I find I get a lot of enjoyment out of stuff that isn't necessarily all that great. I personally thought that Dracula Untold was an okay film. I'm not a great cook, so whenever I do cook food for someone, I make sure that they expect a 2-star cuisine. And this is exactly the kind of mindset you should have when you sit down and watch Second Opinion, which is the new web show I've started on this very channel with my friend Danny, who's much funnier and much more handsome than I am. Basically, we're going to be taking some of the much loved and much hated movies of the past and revisiting them. Regardless of our opinions on the film, one person will have to critique it while the other person has to defend it. We want to look very objectively at the films we choose, why some of them might not be as good or as bad as people remember them. We've already shot a pilot episode where we talk about Hackers from 1995, which should either be out or will be out in a few days, depending on how quickly I can edit this video together. The pilot episode is staying a little bit long, but we put a lot of hard work into it, so we would really appreciate it if you would watch the video and subscribe to this channel. Just remember to keep those expectations low, and thanks for watching. A fat nerdy guy shares his opinions on the internet. I'm full of originality.